Ladies and gentlemen, I can't even begin to describe the level of disbelief I was in after watching Venom: The Last Dance. This is without a doubt one of the most bizarre movie experiences that I have ever had. This movie feels like a fucking fever dream. And maybe I'm going absolutely insane, but I genuinely think that this movie has some really good writing in it. Before I start to waffle on for 5 hours, let's just get right into the plot. If you like the video, consider liking and subscribing because it does help me a ton. Thanks. This movie opens with an introduction scene to Null, and I genuinely think that this scene works incredibly well. It has pretty fun visuals, it's not too long, and tells us all the relevant information that we need. We learn that Null has been imprisoned by the symbiotes that he created for committing multiple heinous war crimes in 1995. Additionally, we are told that a codex has been created, which he can use to break free of his prison. He sends xenophages, who the fuck came up with this name, dude, to Earth to find the codex and bring it to him.
And annihilate every living planet and destroy my symbiote offspring. I will reward you with your lives.
We get our first scene of Eddie, who just chills in a bar and talks to someone that I will call Ted Lasso guy, when suddenly Eddie gets sucked through a portal back into his own universe.
We're home! I'm so done with the multiverse shit!
Don't ask me why he was in the other one, I do not give a fuck. Back in his own universe, Venom immediately starts mixing a drink, which is probably tequila, to the song Tequila.
Stop! You are destroying this man's bar!
Tequila!
Freaking bar, I'm done with this shit.
And this immediately sets the tone for the entire movie, because we get like a good introduction scene to our villain, and then we get a scene of Venom mixing fucking
Tequila!
Eddie looks at the TV in the bar and learns that Detective Mulligan from Venom 1 and 2 is fucking dead.
Detective Mulligan was found impaled.
And not only is he fucking dead, but the authorities also believe that he's responsible for his killing. And as far as I'm aware, there is absolutely no precedent for this. They must have just found Mulligan and been like, must have been the black guy. Eddie suggests that they should go to New York, which is a giant mistake. Venom says that he always wanted to see Lady Liberty, which is a reoccurring topic in this movie. Eddie leaves behind a small part of the Venom symbiote and hears a woman screaming after leaving the bar. He sneaks through some criminal's hideout, where we get this amazing line.
Batman, Eddie.
He discovers that these thugs locked some dogs in cages, presumably to sell them, I guess. Venom says that he would never eat these dogs because they are cute.
Cute! I promised not to eat it.
And this raises a very interesting question in my opinion. Does he refuse to eat people that he finds hot? Let me know in the comments. So anyways, the fucking criminals show up. We get this really edgy line of Eddie saying that he has a dark side.
But you took the wrong path, Herman. We can't let you leave.
I have a really dark and unpredictable side to me.
And I'm just gonna tell you straight up, this is the worst scene in the entire movie. The dialogue is incredibly cringe and fucking dog shit.
So dark that it is highly likely to tear your head off and feed it to your asshole.
There's this one scene where one criminal just cuts Eddie's cheek with his fucking knife, and Venom just waits to fucking transform for no fucking reason. So Venom finally transforms, and we get a pretty cool fight scene.
Hola, bitches.
This scene is absolutely fucking hilarious because Venom does the condom challenge with one of the fucking criminals. Tell me that this is not a masterpiece. We get one of the worst lines that I have ever seen in a movie.
We are.
We're Venom!
We are.
Venom!
No.
Oh!
Yeah, we.
We are Venom.
Followed by Venom just killing all of the criminals by biting their fucking head off. which is really cool and shows that Eddie and Venom have finally embraced the lethal protector role. Venom steals one of the criminals' shoes, and when they leave the hideout, we can see a xenophage fucking sneaking up on him. And if that wasn't enough bullshit for you, Eddie gets caught in 4K, which leads to some like army general or something deploying an entire squad on his location. And this scene starts a trend in this movie where people will just fucking teleport everywhere. So these army men question the barkeeper from earlier.
Hola.
Hola.
And then we never see him again. We get introduced to a researcher named Dr. Payne, who just rolls around in her bed, having a nightmare about her past. We see her younger self lying on a beach with her brother when a thunderstorm arrives.
When thunder roars, head indoors.
He is fucking dead. The editing in this movie is so funny that it made me laugh at a kid's death. We cut to some army men transporting Detective Mulligan's body, where one soldier says,
"He's on life support. Get him to emergency symbiosis now."
The fact that Mulligan is alive makes the hunt for Venom even funnier. I have no idea what the fuck happened to him. Like, did the news anchor tell the truth? I can't fucking tell you. I thought that Detective Mulligan got like injured a few weeks before the movie takes place, but I guess he just got impaled on the day that Eddie returns, which is really unlucky. And all of this means that there are two canon explanations for what happened here, and I can't tell you which one is funnier to me. They either went, oh, a detective got injured, must have been the black guy, or they went, oh, a detective got fucking injured, let's frame the black guy. We get a scene of Dr. Payne driving into Area 51, which we are told will be shut down. Here we also get a nice setup for later, where General Strickland uses these acid tanks to dissolve something. Dr. Payne and Strickland enter the secret government symbiote facility.
Morning, Dr. Payne. We'll keep him safe for you.
I still don't think anyone wants my old beater, Jim.
Now we'll judge your vote by its color.
Where we are introduced to a side character who I will be calling Pin Girl or Christmas. And I call her that because General Strickland immediately calls her weird for wearing a pin given to her by her mother.
I don't get this obsession.
I told you, my mom made me this pen.
It's July.
I'll see you in there.
Everyone on this side is weird.
Leave her alone, Rex.
Strickland is literally the biggest asshole like ever. We get a shoe setup for later, and we are shown that Pin Girl gets really excited when working with the symbiotes. Dr. Payne talks to Strickland about her brother while they make their way to Mulligan's cell.
No one's phoning home from here.
They ask Mulligan some questions, and he starts bugging out.
You're okay.
I think this scene is really funny because Mulligan tries to warn them about Null, but it's in the most indirect way possible.
We were running. His creatures search the universe for us. He will kill us all.
Who?
There will be nothing left.
And sends like a mind message to Dr. Payne, which is actually kind of cool. We cut to Eddie being attached to a plane where we get a fucking Tom Cruise joke.
Oh, the Tom Cruise do this!
He doesn't whine like a little bitch.
They transform into Venom to protect him from the cold. The xenophage is able to sense his codex and just jumps onto the plane. Just imagine that you are on the ground and you'd have to predict the trajectory of a plane to jump onto it. This fucking guy is a legend. The xenophage attacks but he quickly reacts and throws it into one of the engines, killing everyone on board. Venom is absolutely scared shitless from seeing that thing, so he jumps off the plane and transforms into a Venom parachute. We get introduced to a family on a road trip who play a surprisingly big part in the story, which I personally like. That being said, this introduction scene is one of the dumbest things that I've ever seen. Listen to the dialogue in their introduction scene.
Will the Pentagon finally admit that they've been holding UAPs?
That's unidentified aerial phenomena to you.
Yeah, Dad, we know.
But I wouldn't give to see who built one of those things.
That's why we cashed in our savings and came on this road trip, babe.
The engine-shreddered xenophage lands on top of their car, but they just write it off as being gravel.
Kicked up some gravel there.
My guy, there is fucking alien goo on your windshield. What the f? The xenophage reconstructs itself with the shittiest CGI that I've ever seen. We cut to Eddie landing on the ground in a scene that I find absolutely hilarious because it looks like Venom goes into Eddie's fucking ass. This is followed by a giant info dump telling us a lot of information that we already fucking know. This scene explains that a codex is created when a symbiote saves a human's life, and that this codex then acts as a key to free Null.
A key that unlocks a cage. It would free our creator.
Well, thank God we haven't died.
Except that one time.
And as funny as this scene is, I just have to ask, why the fuck does any of this work? I think that the codex works pretty well in concept, with it kind of acting as a stand-in for marriage in this movie. Smash like if you support gay marriage. But I just fail to see how this in any way connects to an alien prison that is holding Genghis Khan as a fucking prisoner. Additionally, you just have to wonder, why now? If I remember correctly, Eddie was resurrected by Venom in the first movie, which is canonically a year ago. So why the fuck does Null wait a fucking year to send his fucking Xenohunters? Maybe Sony gave him a call and told him that fucking Venom 2 is in production. One more pretty important thing that we learn is that the Xenophage is only able to track the codex if Venom is fully transformed, and that it will exist as long as both of them are alive, which in my opinion sets up the theme of the movie, which I interpret as the inevitability of death, and more specifically the inevitability of death in a relationship. Yapping over, Eddie spots a horse and Venom transforms into a fucking Venom horse, baby, which gives us this beautiful scene of the Venom horse dragging Eddie along for a ride, while the song Don't Stop Me Now from Queen plays. What the fuck is happening? I mean, technically it makes sense. Eddie wants to stop, but Venom can't stop now. Venom stops at a river to drink some water, and does he even fucking need water? We get a scene of Dr. Payne and Strickland, where we get some really subtle political commentary.
They were running. That's what he said.
Don't kid yourself. They were always migrating. A meteor carrying symbiote life crashes on Earth, and they all survive. Coincidence? Give me a break.
Who else loves political commentary in Venom movies? So a soldier appears and tells them that Eddie was spotted by something.
We just intercepted an emergency call from an Airbus out of Mexico saying a man jumped off the plane over Sequoia.
Which of course leads to a helicopter just appearing behind Venom. I know it's not a fucking helicopter, but I have no fucking clue what the fuck this is. The soldiers shoot Eddie and Venom with some kind of sonic weapon, which throws both Eddie and Venom into the water. The soldiers drop into the river to chase them, which leads to this amazing scene. At some points in the scene, we cut to this really amateurish looking footage that has the same quality as a father of 3 recording his children going down a fucking water slide. The soldiers capture Venom with a fucking net, and while Venom is trapped in the net, Eddie gets into a fight with a soldier that leads to him shooting the soldier in the chest, which kills her. This scene is actually fantastic. It has really cool shots and they bring the emotion across pretty well, because I'm pretty sure that this is the first time Eddie has actually killed someone. When Venom eats fucking 5 people, he can just be like, oh, it wasn't actually me, guys. But here he needs to face the fact that he just took someone's life. Venom escapes the net and transforms into a venom fish who eats another fish, which levels up the venom fish. Then he transforms into a venom frog who just watches as Eddie gets dragged along the river. And this is a perfect example of why this movie is so fucking confusing to me. We have been shown so much fucking bullshit in this scene, which makes it really hard to believe that this entire bullshit is interjected by something that is actually good. Venom catches up to Eddie and they fully transform, which alerts the xenophage. They fall down a waterfall, and at the bottom, Venom gets tased by 6 soldiers. The police brutality jokes just write themselves. Venom de-transforms. The xenophage kills the soldiers in the coolest way possible because it has like a shredder head, so +1 score for the shredder head. Also, they put in the CS2 Glock sound effect. After annihilating all the soldiers, the xenophage just fucking leaves, which is very interesting because it spotted the codex a few seconds ago. Maybe it has to go shopping for groceries or something. Strickland sees all of this happen and calls the doctor ladies.
He said this would happen! I just lost 3 people!
Can you collect any samples?
Samples?
Eddie and Venom make their way through the woods, and Eddie shits on Venom and says that he's ruining his entire life.
They didn't give you a choice.
You didn't give me a choice.
I couldn't get to you.
A year ago when you stole my life.
We've been together for a whole year.
A year too long.
So the average marriage, basically. We get one of the funniest cuts that I've ever seen, followed by the doctors questioning Mulligan about the xenophage. And this is where Mulligan transforms into Toxin.
The thing you talked about, the creature, it's here. It killed some people.
Toxin's design in this movie is absolutely fantastic. The CGI in this movie is utter dog shit, but this scene actually looks pretty good. Probably because his cell is pretty dark and you can't notice the shittiness as much, but still. And now we get this amazing interaction.
And yet, the one Null seeks is not here.
What does he seek?
The Black One.
You can't make this shit up. Strickland just teleports into the lab as well, as Toxin explains that everyone will die if Null gets the codex. Strickland asks how they can stop him.
How do we stop whatever's up there from coming down here?
You can't.
And then he gives a detailed instruction on how to stop him.
He means the key.
How do we stop him from getting it?
If the symbiote and the host are alive, then the codex is alive.
I'm glad that they're giving 5th graders the opportunity to write for big budget movies like this. Toxin says that they need to kill either Venom or Eddie, which goes against his entire motivation, but I'll get to that later. So Strickland gets ready to kill Eddie. Mom Spaghetti. Five Nights at Freddy. Clash of Clans' worst troop is the Yeti. Eddie arrives at a campsite where he meets the Martin family from earlier. I like the scene a lot. I think it has some really funny interactions.
Thank you. So, this is my wife, Nova Moon. And these are my kids, Echo and Leaf.
A lifetime in therapy.
Don't. Huh? Don't you dare. Wow, how beautiful are your children.
So you're quite the alpha male, are you? Looks like you might have just made the offender list.
Martin offers Eddie a ride to Las Vegas, which he's very appreciative for. Martin tells Eddie that they're going to Area 51 to see an alien, and in response, Eddie tells him that he hopes he finds a friendly one. We cut to Eddie in the family's van, where they sing Space Oddity together. Venom also joins in.
Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door.
but Eddie seems to be in his thoughts. Venom says that he believes that they would have been happier with a life like this. The boy wakes up at night, offers Eddie a chocolate bar, and tells him that he doesn't want to see an alien. Eddie shows a lot of understanding and tells the boy that aliens aren't real, which is of course major cap.
Aliens are not real. You said the right thing. You would make a good dad.
Venom says that they have come a long way, and Eddie responds by saying that they have many more roads to travel. And this is where the movie makes it abundantly clear that one of them is going to fucking die. And I just love the contrast between Venom, who seems to know exactly what is going on, and Eddie, who seems to be either in denial or oblivious to the entire situation. They arrive in Las Vegas as the song Wild World plays, which actually fits pretty well. Eddie thanks the family for taking him, and Martin hands him some cash and his sandals. He says that it won't be goodbye for long, which is some very subtle foreshadowing, and Eddie tells Martin to take care of his family. Eddie gets caught in 4K and Venom slanders Crocs, the fucking bitch.
No, reject them. Worse than Crocs.
Eddie starts bugging out and eats the chocolate bar as they approach a Lady Liberty cosplayer. Venom says that he would rather have seen the real one, and Eddie tells him that he will take him as soon as they're done with his bullshit. How do we tell him?
When we get out of this mess, we're gonna go see her. We're gonna say, "Hi, Lady Liberty."
And see a Broadway show.
Venom makes plans for New York as Eddie stares at a married couple. So we got like a lot of character building and emotional moments. Venom talks about Rain Man and wants to gamble his life savings away.
No, I've watched Rain Man, and in my infinite wisdom as a celestial being, working the system is easy. With the slots, then blackjack, then roulette. Bingo, bango, luxury ride, Bluetooth sound system, AC.
Eddie wants to enter the casino, where we get a really funny interaction with the bouncer.
No, you know what? It's a hotel. These are my vacation clothes.
Your better ones.
Venom just knocks this guy out in the middle of the street, and nobody seems to fucking care. I mean, it is Las Vegas. And now that the bouncer is knocked out, Eddie could just easily sneak into the casino. But instead, he spots another suit wearer and kills that guy as well. When I first watched this, I thought that Venom would transform into a suit that Eddie would wear, because that kind of sounds like a fun idea. But instead of that, Venom just kills two people, which is infinitely more funny. So Eddie steals the suit of the guy that he just fucking killed, enters the casino, and Venom gets it absolutely twisted.
Oh, yes! Let me multiply that 20. Let me quadruplify it.
What are you doing?
After losing all his money, never gamble, Venom destroys the slot machine with his superpowers and spots a woman getting the max win. This woman turns out to be Mrs. Chen from the first two movies.
You could use my room to clean up and then we party.
Oh, that would be so good.
And room service.
Strickland gets informed that they spotted Eddie in Las Vegas, and he requests control of the Imperium program.
We got him. Positive ID on Brock CCTV hit the Paris Hotel, Vegas.
At this time, I'm requesting control of the Imperium program.
After Eddie is done freshening up, Mrs. Chen asks Venom for a dance.
One last dance.
That's the name of the movie. Eddie protests, but Venom just goes for it anyway, which leads to one of the weirdest and funniest scenes that I have ever seen in a fucking movie. Venom looks so shit in this scene. Now that Venom is fully transformed, the xenophage is able to track them again. The xenophage crashes into the building, and Venom quickly de-transforms, which, I'm not fucking with you, causes the xenophage to just fucking leave. But guys, they're not out of the woods yet. I mean, technically they are, because the Imperium program is there as well. They quickly capture both Venom and Eddie. But instead of just killing one of them right away, which is their entire purpose, by the way, they drag both of them to the secret symbiote facility in Area 51. Just remember that the entire Earth and every human that lives on it is at stake here. The Martin family arrives at Area 51, and this is where the movie just loses its marbles completely, because this regular family breaks into a secret government facility, which could get them killed. So they put Venom in a fucking jar, and Dr. Payne tells Christmas to carry Venom to the others. And this is where we get like an actual pretty cool shot of Christmas staring at the Venom symbiote. We cut back to the Martin family going even deeper into the facility, eventually going up a tower because, of course, Eddie wakes up in a cell and sees Detective Mulligan in the cell in front of him. And I love how he pretends at first that he doesn't recognize who that is.
They did this to me.
Mulligan?
Like, he is in this bright-ass cell with amazing lighting, and he's like, huh? Who is that? They start talking, and Toxin tells Eddie to protect the Codex at all costs and free the symbiote army, which is pretty interesting because he basically advised Strickland to kill, quote-unquote, the Black One. The doctors enter the hallway and want to talk to Eddie, but they get interrupted by Strickland, who wants to kill him now.
We're all done here. All of this is out of your hands.
You killed one of my people.
Christmas, time to go. Hey!
Christmas transforms into Venom and fends off the soldiers, and I actually like that because it's pretty well set up. Venom goes back to Eddie and saves his life, and before I move on to whatever bullshit happens next, I just have to ask, why does Strickland kill Eddie? You're telling me that this man, who is literally racist towards symbiotes, would rather kill the human man instead of just fucking shreddering the Venom symbiote? This is literally so fucking stupid. What the fuck? The xenophage just lands in the facility, which, mind you, is underground. Chaos erupts and Toxin breaks out of his cell, which I presume he could do the entire time, fends off the xenophage and tells Eddie to run and protect the Codex. Then he gets shredded and eaten. Rest in peace, Toxin. You were a very cool looking plot device. Venom calls for the symbiote's release as the xenophage rampages through the facility. A guy named Jim gets impaled by the xenophage, but gets saved by a symbiote who transforms him into one of the funniest looking characters ever created. I sure hope that nothing bad happens to him in like 5 minutes. And quick question, wouldn't this create another Codex? The answer is yes, but he looks so funny that I don't care. The symbiotes bond with the doctors, guards, and soldiers in the facility and join forces to fight the xenophage. Even Christmas gets a symbiote and transforms into this green guy as she tells Eddie to run, which leads us to this masterpiece of a line.
That's our way out.
Then we get this funny ass moment where Martin says that aliens don't exist right before 500 aliens break out of the facility.
There's no aliens here, kids. Whoa!
We get a pretty cool setup of Dr. Payne bagging a symbiote sample. This fight scene of the symbiotes joining forces to take care of the xenophage is just really fucking fun. The Martin family spots Eddie running away from the scene, and Eddie quickly climbs up the tower.
Can't be here, Martin.
Dark forces, man.
And this leads to this pretty cute scene between Venom, Eddie, and the boy, in which Eddie introduces him to Venom, who thanks him for the chocolate bar that he gave him earlier.
Thanks for the chocolate.
No!
This guy just killed one of his subordinates and endangered an innocent family. At least they're pretty good at writing realistic army characters. Venom and 2 other symbiotes save the Martin family from the fall, which I like very much.
He was trying to protect you. We are not The bad guys!
Green, what's your problem, Green?
Strickland just watches like a stupid fucking moron as the xenophage reconstructs itself, which means that he just killed someone for nothing. Dr. Payne picks up the Martin family and gets them to safety. The xenophage calls for backup, and we are shown like 5 of them just chilling on Clintar, doing absolutely fuck all. You would think that Null would send the entire fucking squad if it meant him escaping from this prison that he's been trapped in for like a fucking millennia. Eddie spots a motorbike and lures the xenophages away with it, which is a really nice callback to the first movie. We see Martin observing the scene as Venom lures the xenophages to a giant pile of explosives. Eddie and Green Guy use the blades of the crashed helicopter to decapitate a xenophage in a scene that goes really hard. Green Guy gets Strickland out of danger as a xenophage grabs Eddie and gets ready to fucking eat him. Luckily, Martin just appears behind the xenophage and shoots it with a rocket launcher. Green Guy gets sonic blasted and her symbiote gets eaten, which is unfortunate. And if you didn't dislike Strickland enough already, he thinks that this is an appropriate time to mock Dr. Payne for something that she said earlier.
Still living your brother's dream.
My brother's greatest ambition was to work up there at 51 doing what I do.
Venom carries the injured Eddie into the burning chopper, where we get a pretty cute interaction.
I really would have liked to have seen her.
We're going. We're gonna go just as soon as we get out of here.
They're just going to keep coming. We'll never leave this place, friend.
I thought we were gonna be the lethal protector.
We are. That's what this is.
So they basically say they love each other and make out, and proceed to slowly walk out of the helicopter, transforming into Venom for the final time. The xenophages follow him as he transforms into this giant blob that keeps them in check. Venom glances at Strickland as the women run away from the scene. Venom slowly crawls to these acid tanks that we saw at the beginning of the movie, as Strickland activates this acid shower. Venom spits out Eddie, says that he will never forget him, and asks him to do the same.
I'll never forget you. Don't forget me either, Eddie.
No.
Venom uses one of his tendrils to protect Eddie with a metal door. Just wait, it gets way dumber. Protected by the metal door, Eddie watches as Venom slowly dissolves. This is one of the most violent explosions that I have ever seen, and Eddie survived this, with his only protection being a small metal door. This movie is just way too funny. We cut to the two doctor ladies running away from the explosion, where Christmas slips and falls to the ground, and then just lies there and screams at Dr. Payne instead of trying to get back up. Dr. Payne pulls out the symbiote sample from earlier and transforms into Scream. He uses super speed to save Christmas from the explosion, where we also get some flashbacks to her brother fucking dying. I think that this scene is pretty good. The symbiote sample was set up way earlier, and I love the connection from the lightning incident to her super speed. So Null starts molding as the Martin family looks at the giant explosion behind them. This boy genuinely believes that Eddie has been killed. We cut to Eddie lying on the ground with minor injuries. What in the actual fuck? Eddie wakes up in a lab where a general enters, who I presume is the silhouette guy. All throughout the movie, he doesn't matter. He tells Eddie that he deserves great honor for his heroism and offers him a new start. And after everything that we have experienced, this scene starts playing. When I saw this for the first time, I was sitting at my desk with my mouth wide open. This is one of the funniest things that I have ever seen. And the thing is, like, this montage isn't even that bad, but the unironic usage of fucking Maroon 5 in an emotional montage is absolutely fucking hilarious, dude. The movie ends with Eddie looking at the Statue of Liberty, fulfilling his best friend's wish, even if he's not there with him. That is, like, really good. That's really fucking good. But of course, we just can't have this movie end on a high note, because it has a post-credit scene in which Null basically says, "Yo guys, in the next movie, I'm gonna fucking kill everyone."
Your champion has fallen. The planets will be mine. The King in Black is awake. I will kill your world. Everyone will burn. And you will watch.
This makes the entire movie pointless. The entire movie is basically like, oh dude, the codex, you have to do the codex. And then the movie ends with the codex dying, because that's actually well set up and good. But Null simply does not give a fuck, and he's just gonna fucking kill everyone anyways. Like, this movie is actually making me go insane. Watch this movie, it is so funny. 7 out of 10. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in a few weeks when I either talk about Mission Impossible 2 or review Donkey Kong Bonanza.